Welcome. Today we are completing paper 1. That is, we are in question 6a. What were the roles of the rainmakers in traditional African communities? 7 marks. 8 occasions when the services of the herbalists were required in African communities. 6 marks. Identify traditional African practices undermining the dignity of women. 7 marks. Question 6a. What were the roles of rainmakers in traditional African communities? They were highly regarded as having received the powers of rain-making from God. They controlled the heavens with regards to the weather conditions. That is, during drought, they were consulted to make rain or to predict matters pertaining to weather. Their skills in rainmaking played an important role in the lives of the community members. They trained their sons and their daughters in the art of rainmaking through apprenticeship. They were custodians of community customs and traditions. They advised the community members on matters pertaining to the weather. They were messengers of God. Question 6b. 8 occasions when services of the herbalists were required in African communities. In times of sickness, they gave or rather they prescribed medication. During needs of counseling the sick and their relatives. During unknown health problems, they were consulted and problem explained for their analysis. When people are in need of protective charms against evil or harm, when making follow-ups on previous clients, when called upon to counsel rather to give hope to the sick, when people wanted to combat witchcraft and magic, sending them back to their owners, when people needed advice on how to relate with ancestors, when people required to be aided to get good yields or rather to get productivity or results. Question 6c. Identify traditional African practices undermining the dignity of women. The practice of female genital mutilation, where women are not allowed to eat certain parts or certain types of food. For example, you find that women were not allowed to eat chicken in most African traditional communities. Women face a lot of discrimination in traditional African communities, like withdrawal of privileges in case of premarital birth. You could also be married to an old man, yet the partner responsible for the pregnancy went scot free. That is another discrimination. Women were not allowed to contribute on ideas or rather decision making concerning family issues. The men were the final say, yet some women were more intelligent than some men. As in matters of religion, women were not allowed to participate. That is, it was an all-men affair. In marriage, in case of the couple not being able to get children, the blame was squarely on the women, and the man was allowed to remarry another wife. But if the man was the one affected, means was put in place where the wife could secretly get children with her brother-in-law without raising eyebrows. In traditional African setup, whenever a woman gave birth to girls, she was discriminated and the husband was pressurized to marry a second wife, giving boys. In traditional African setup, the women were hard pressed to please the man at all costs and show by actions and respect for the male folk, while there was a little or no reciprocation from their male counterparts, like in case of domestic violence or battering of wives by their spouses. Kindly add more points in the comment section below and let me know what video you can look at tomorrow. Thanks a lot for subscribing and listening to me. God bless you.